In this video, I am going to tell you about the Mokwheel Tarmac ST for $1,699 and let you know why it might be one of the best e-bike commuters around today. Mokwheel ST Tarmac for the road, got big tires, 29er wheels and tires, and it has a normal bike version, but this is the ST or the step-through right here, so easier to get on for the ladies or for folks that are not very tall and you don't want that bar on you. So it has a rack, it has a 750 watt motor, it has a 720 watt hour battery, Tektro brakes, a lot of details on this thing. And what I'm going to tell you before I get into all the little features is it exudes quality. It's a good looking bike, as you can see, nice satin paint finish, attractive colors, but the touch points, they all feel really good right out of the box. You can buy these from your local dealer too. You just do their dealer locator, or you can order it from them directly. I'll have a link in the description. We'll help the channel out. But it seems to be a very well sorted machine, but it's not perfect. So I will tell you about the weaknesses as well as I take you on a test ride. All right, so let me use my other camera and show you the up close details of this bike. Let's get up close and personal so you can see exactly what you're getting here. So it's a step-through frame, meaning you could no bar on top, so they had to make this more sturdy. But look at the finish, nice satin yellow finish on this guy. It's got a 48 tooth chainring, which is really good, an 8-speed Shimano on the rear. That means you can go up to its stated speed of 28 miles an hour and continue to pedal and not just pretend pedal. A really incredible feature is this bike now has an air shock. Air shock is fascinating because it can be adjusted to a 90-pound rider or a 300-pound rider. A big problem of these commuters is they're all coil and they're usually for the heaviest common denominator, so they hardly work for light riders. Very cool rack right here, look at that. And it's got integrated lights. It also has integrated lights on the seat stays, so for more visibility. And then the really mind-blowing part is they integrated the light on the head tube, so it's always aimed perfectly. We have an adjustable stem for different sizes, and the bars are very good. You know, I hate these straight bars for commuters because you're not really mountain biking. You want more cruiser Amsterdam style bikes that are more ergonomic. Saddle is very good. Look at that, look at the cushioning on that, and this thing keeps you in place and allows you to pedal. It's comfortable without being overly big. Fenders, rear and front, and the battery is accessed from the top with this little tab, and you just lift it. A little stiff right now, right there. And I noticed right away the cover is aluminum, so very cool. And you have a key so you could remove the battery so it won't get stolen, but pretty cool. And then one feature it has is cadence sensor or torque sensor. You have the choice of what you want to use for your adventure. Cadence is for more leisurely riders. Torque sensor is more realistic. And then let's go to the controls. It has an ergonomic grip, but it has extra pad here, a thumb throttle, and this is your switch. Something interesting, it has a very big display, center mounted, big as in terms of the structure, not in size, just the right size. And it has a lot of information about it. It has signal lights right there, has a 5 levels of power assist, completely adjustable, and you could adjust your settings by getting on a configuration screen right there. One trick up its sleeve that's kind of crazy is this thing is removable. With a tab here, this whole thing just pops out. Oh, adjustable as well. This is a really good feature actually, because you want it aimed right at your position, your head position, so you can see it. So it's removable, and the reason for that is so a sense of security. So when someone steals your bike, they won't be able to use power assist. And then we have a very nice integrated belt, one of my favorites because you don't want it too obtrusive. Sounds pretty nice too. Tektro levers, and they have these defeat assists to cut off the motor when you are braking. So that wraps up the close-up of this Mokwheel Tarmac ST. All right, pros and cons of this bike. It is an attractive bike and a reasonably priced bike, $16.99, for the quality that it presents. And the fact that you can pick it up from a dealer or have it shipped to your house gives the user options as well. Another pro is that it has a cadence sensor or a torque sensor switchable. That's very cool because it's kind of different camps on the leisurely rider or the more athletic rider. Very comfortable seating position, and the handlebars are very good. Good brakes. Another pro is the air shock. The air shock, I think, is one of the first I've seen in the low budget Asian bike market commuter bikes. Instead of one shock fits all, you can adjust it to your weight. And let me tell you, it's mind blowing how much more comfortable it is for me at 155 pounds. Another pro is you have a rack that's very useful. You have these lights that are integrated. They're on the side, so they're high visibility when you're signaling. So, and the final pro is it is a nice riding bike. You know, before I even turned on the motor, I just tooled around in it. Good rolling ability. You don't need a fat bike. You know, when you are just going to commute to work or commute to the parks, because a fat bike makes everything heavy, hard to lift. They're noisy. They drag on your battery. But if you're gonna go adventure to the national parks and whatnot, on the beach, yes. But for the most part, no need. All right. So that's the pros. The cons. Before I give you my summary, the cons are fairly minor, but I think that's what I deliver to the landscape. Is the removable battery here with the non-integrated cover causes a little bit of rattle. Okay, so it would be nice to have a little gasket to prevent this because it's alloy to alloy. Another con is the bottom bracket height is pretty high. I don't know because the 29er wheels, but you know, this is I can hardly get on this, and when I pedal, I'm nowhere near my leg extension. So it gets you super high if you want good leg extension. Another con is these little gel pads on your ergonomic ribs are not really smart. You know, no one's ever done that because there's a reason. You know, it develops a hot spot right on your pad. It might feel good initially, kind of like a little big gel here, but it's not quite there. Another con is, these are very minor, like I said, these cables are right in line with your light. So when you shine your light on, I always like my light on, I'm just seeing the cables. So it blocks about, I don't know, 30% of your light. It'd be nice to have a little cable management, maybe put it above right there, have a little holder to give your headlight a clear path. Okay? And the final con, a minor note, is it's an air shock, air fork, but they don't give you any information. They don't give you a pump to set up your fork. You know, I'm a mountain biker, so I know exactly how to deal with this. I have all these shock pumps, and but for most consumers, they're like, what do I do with that? They might not even know that it's adjustable. So a little bit of aid there. And I opened it up. It's perfect for my weight, 155 pounds at 80 psi. So that's pretty cool. That means I do have a shock pump, but you can use your floor pump because those things go to 120 psi. So you can go between 60 and 120 psi depending on your weight. And what you want is with your body weight, you want to be able to compress it, you know, about an inch without too much trouble. That means that it's going to be a good air pressure for you guys. So there you go, my friends. Quality machine. Pretty impressed. Mokwheel Tarmac ST. And this is about the third Mokwheel that I've tested. I'm going to link the other favorite bikes that I have, but it's a great option, and they're continuing to impress me. Every bike they release seems to be a significant improvement over the last generation. Thanks a ton, everybody.